Okay, so I got this thing together. So here's the power bank, not box. The button, turns out, it only has one function. Press it, and it shows you the percentage charge, which is typically based off of the voltage, max voltage for safe charging being 4.2 volts. And these are in parallel in this device. It's not in series, so voltage output from the battery pack at max fresh charge would be 4.2. So that would be 100%. And you can see it all assembled here. 2 USB ports for charging devices, the micro USB port for charging the batteries that are stored inside. When the device is charging, the display does have an additional function, and that is, it's in right. Goof. It flashes with the percentage charge, and I've brought this up from 72 all the way up to 90. It seems to take a little while before it goes from 1% to the other, or to the next, and I guess with 3 batteries in it, because this is what this holds, is 3 batteries, then you can expect it's going to take a little while, and it's not exactly the charger for your phone, and it's not as small a battery as what's in your phone. For instance, the Galaxy S3 that I've got right now, the standard battery is significantly lower in capacity than this box with 3 2000 or 2200 milliamp hour batteries in it, which I believe the ones that I put in this are 2200 milliamp. So this is pushing about 6600 milliamps, provided these batteries are still as good as they could be. They came out of one of 3 laptop batteries that I tore apart. Now this thing is pretty ghetto. Pretty cheap. I only paid $10 delivered for it, which isn't a horrible price. I don't feel bad for having spent that. You can see, let me get the reflection on it, I scotch taped these panels on because this device actually required, and I should have paid attention in the eBay item page. Yeah, so there was no excuse for it. I should have known better anyways. But this device requires that you actually solder this thing together. Now, I'm not going to bother showing you all the gross on the inside, but needless to say, and the reason why I'm not going to is because I'm not the best with soldering, but needless to say, I had to take it back apart, desolder and resolder everything so that I could get it just right, so that everything would fit back inside. It's not terrible if you're used to soldering. It's probably not terrible for anyone who does a lot of DIY stuff along these lines. Now, by trade, I'm an IT guy, so doing anything with this type of technology is not a particularly big deal for me, but I've never bothered to do any of this stuff at home, and especially, as you can tell, I'm a little cotton-mouthed. I haven't done a lot of YouTube videos either. So, as a device, it works fine. There's not much else to say about it. I mean, it's a backup battery pack. It was $10 and some time out of my own time to tear some laptop batteries apart. And compared to the $30 or $40 that you might spend, or significantly more with some of the branded ones, for one of these little pocket. And as you can see, its pocket is very small. There is the box. And comparison, here is a 3.5-inch hard drive. And can't find it. but where are you? Well, I was going to show you a laptop hard drive, but this hard drive should get the point across. That's a 3.5-inch hard drive. 2.5-inch hard drive is going to fit in about that much space. So this is definitely small. It's not going to take up very much space in your pocket. It's half the size of most cell phones. It would fit in a bag, fit in your jacket, fit in your pants pocket. Definitely not a problem. Now, one of the things I did encounter when I was finishing it, and these are little stick-ons, and these big covers on the top and on the bottom here, they actually have this material here, this peel-off white material. Now, the reason why I tape this is there's always the off chance that I may want to disassemble this, or if the batteries go bad in it, I'd have to disassemble it, and I didn't bother to take that off. That's why it's all really trashy looking with the Scotch tape on the back and on the front holding that on, because I want to keep it safe, but I don't want to make it permanent or semi-permanent, because you could tear it apart, but you'd make a mess out of it, I'm sure. So I'm not going to put this on. This is just the power button, and it would go here, right there. Not a big deal. Not going to bother. And this is where you get your typical cheap Chinese stuff. I mean, thought out, but quality control is just not there. You can see that this does line up nicely with the plastic frame that it's in. The printed circuit board that has the USB ports on it. It lines up nicely with the inner plastic liner. Problem is this aluminum frame that goes around the outside doesn't line up with the plastic carrier, and it doesn't push up at all. I mean, everything is screwed together, and if you notice in the first video, I missed a screw sitting right about in there. I can still see it through the crack, so I'm gonna have to take this apart because I just don't want to leave that in there like that. But when I put this on, we run into a problem. Everything is smooth, it fits the hole nice, as you can see. There's no visible cracks. But here's the problem. This ends up going in at an angle, and if I actually let it go down, you can see now it's gapping out on this right here. But if I don't, then if I don't force it, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go all the way in the hole. So this can't go on. I mean, it's not a big deal, because I mean, you're talking about seeing the label for the outs and for the in. You're going to know what's the out and what the in is. Not a big deal. So, whatever. And again, $10 delivered. After the exchange, I think it's like $7 and something Canadian. Of course, most of these shippers in Shenzhen and Guangzhou are shipping for free. So, not a big loss. So again, plug it in. Shows you what the current charge state is. If you unplug it, you wait a moment. Eventually that will go out. You'll see it go out here. It would be a lot clearer too, by the way, if I took the white backing that was off on the back side of the top lid, and the piece of Scotch tape wasn't sitting over top of it, but it's still quite readable for general use. Someday or another that's going to go off. Yeah, there it goes off. I press it. Short press is the only function available that I've been able to find. It gives me that. I've tried long hold, and I get nothing. As you can see, it just keeps the percentage charge remaining on the screen longer until I let go, and then it waits 15 seconds and then it drops off the screen. From reviews from other people from devices similar to this, I have no idea which one is the 1 amp and which one is the 2 amp. Every device will charge, except for some of the devices from the iSheet people at Apple. Any of the devices that I've run into, Android devices, Bluetooth headsets, will charge with either the 1 amp or the 2 amp connector, so whichever one of those is outputting that doesn't really matter to me. I remember that there is a way, if you can get in deep enough and look at the connector, and where it hooks onto the printed circuit board, you can tell whether or not it is a 1 amp or 2 amp setup. But again, not a big deal for me. So 7800 milliamp, no, like I said before, it's my milliamps, so in this case about 6600. I'll call it 6000 because I don't want to let my own self down. Not like I'm selling it to anybody but my own self. So yeah, not a bad device. Definitely a watch out when you're ordering these things, to make sure that you're getting what you expected, which was, I thought I was ordering something where it was a drop-in system where the 3 batteries would go in. This is not. You have to assemble this. It will require soldering. So if you don't have a soldering gun or a pencil-style soldering iron, you're going to have trouble, and you will not be happy. I only had to solder it twice, which isn't too bad for someone who basically never does or has never had to do any soldering. The next pile of stuff coming should be interesting because it's all going to require soldering, and I'm definitely looking forward to fiddling with that, charging some batteries individually. And yeah, I think I'm going to put up a video as well of the aftermath of salvaging some batteries from a Ryobi 1 Plus lithium-ion battery pack. See you later.